Bed. Can I talk to y'all from the bed? Is that all right? Is that all right with y'all? Do I need a light? Can I talk to y'all from the bed? Is that all right? Do I need a light? It's moody. I think I'm like, nope, nope, nope. I didn't have one more in there. Can I talk to y'all from the bed? Hello, good day, good evening. What's up? Good morning, good afternoon. What are y'all up to? What is going on? Obviously, the world is in shambles. Nicki Minaj and them can't get it right. And I just don't have nothing for it. I don't even want to make a video about it. Let's just talk about it here and get it over with, because we're not going to have to deal with this too much longer, okay? Nicki wrong, and she knows she wrong. Nicki been wrong since she been out. Can I just say that? Can I just say that and everybody agree? Double tap the screen if you agree, and then we can move on to something else. Been wrong since she been on. Been waiting for Nicki to be graceful, poetic, not in her words, but in her actions. Been waiting for Nicki to be a girl's, but that's Nicki ain't no girl's girl. And I think that's the thing. Welcome to the new people. Let me run it down for you. Let me make it plain. Let me make it make sense. Nicki's not a girl's girl because Nicki really ain't the girl's girl. Understand? That's a young man. No shade. That's just the tea. Okay? Donnie White, welcome. I'm about to get hot. I'm going to have to get my fan or come out of this shirt. Nicki is not a girl. When they pulled Nicki out the streets, or where they pulled her out the streets from, that was a young man. No boobs. No ass. Hello there. Thank you so much. Gorgeous. No boobs, no ass. Just rhymes. Who was she with? The guys. When was she with the girls? Allegedly, when she was sleeping. So all of this we got Nicki now. All of this sex, simple. That ain't Onika. That's Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj is what? A character. But Onika keeps popping through. Thank God she went to that. Acting school, performing arts school, to give her a little stock in the acting. You know what I mean? Teach her how to put on a little bit for the people. Other than that, she'd be lost in the sauce. Which every couple years, Nicki loses it. Boobs get bigger, mine get a little crazier. Ass get fatter, marbles get a little looser. And it's no shade. I don't mean this to be mean. I'm just saying that's what it is. So much so that now that you're in the position that you're in now, doing the things that you're doing, holding the titles that you hold in the rap games with the guys, and that's fine. If she don't want to rap with, amongst all of this, she got Spice on the thing. Now, Spice, it makes sense. That's Island Things. You know what I'm saying? So now we're doing, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the vibe is, okay, that makes sense. I get it. And Nicki has always said, she said it many, many times when she raps with the guys, that's her caliber of rapping. Maybe she don't want to be on a track doing, WAP and all that stuff. Hey, Holly. Maybe she don't want to be on a track doing WAP. I get it. That makes sense. But you don't have to put the girls down in the process. Understand? You don't have to exclude grace and appreciation out of your speeches and your this and your that. You are the aggressive black woman in the rap game. And I don't like that narrative. Y'all know I still don't know where I am in these glasses. Am I in Aspen? It looked like I'm on Elmwood. Either way. No, I got to get to Vegas. I really do. Well, no, I don't think her head is bigger than her career, because she's right where she need to be. But she could be a lot further. She could be a lot further along. But that's the game. And like I said in my video, what I did say, and that's all I am gonna say. Because this is the breakdown I'm getting. Hopefully, y'all come in and get the breakdown from London Kelly. because I'm not gonna make no video about it because who cares? Now that we done went from JT to Cardi B, Nicki Minaj get involved in that. Remy is a casualty because her picture's up in somebody's thing. We in the bed, honey. Like I said, I had a long day, child. Today drained me. Ain't done much of nothing. But Nicki, what was I saying? It is what it's supposed to be. Over down in Chicago, I got to travel more. I got to get around to these places. After watching Scandal again, I said I got to get to DC just to experience. I ain't been to DC. I'm 34. I ain't been to DC in about 20 years, 24 years maybe. Either way, she just ain't doing it right. But there's no way to do it right when this is what they want, and that's something to understand. There's really no point in making a video. There's no resolve to this. I could break down the detailings and the detailings of it, but the fact of the matter is that there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's all intentional. DC is scenic. After watching Scandal, honestly, yeah, that too. But then I watched that first episode of Potomac, and I was like, I just need to slide through DC, just look at the monuments and something. Just because it's there, obviously, it's deeper meanings to everything in DC, but just to be there. But that's my thing with Nicki Minaj. You in DC too, XOXO? And that's my thing with Nicki Minaj. It's like I said, from JT to Cardi B to them, to Remy, and then this, and then, uh, uh, and then 20 years. My goodness, where were you from originally? Is this a getting to know you segment? I'm down for that too. I met so many people. So many people have met me over the past couple days. Welcome, Kelly Collective, London Kelly here, down Tennessee. Do you still have your accent, or has it cleared up since you've been down in the DC? I mean, and yeah, that's just where we are. And I think the bigger picture is, like I told you guys, sometimes, hold on, sometimes it's, damn it, man, I got too much going on. The same things, distractions, all intentional. Um, oh, it's, not to be confused with Beyonce, but there's the B. The B, you got problems. B, you sit on your porch, you're just trying to enjoy your day. You know what I'm saying? Let's take this analogy here. You're trying to enjoy your day, enjoy your picnic, whatever, and there's a bee. You think your focus is the bee, but maybe you might want to focus on the bigger picture, which might be the beehive. And the distraction of the bee makes you focus on this little thing, but there's a bigger thing that's just right there. That's the reason that this little thing is before you. That might be extreme, but it's a very pertinent analogy. This, with the women and everything, we can't go from Solange being the first black woman to compose for the ballet, the Supreme herself, to Kataji and all whatever, all that. But also, too, it's a lot of that going on. But giving black people their due, which is, nice, but we should have been had it. So I'm not about this overly excited for it now. But whatever is going on with the Grammys and things like that, they're using these talented black women to push and do whatever this is, when honestly they all need to be on tracks. Once a year, they all could jump on a track, just like yeah, they hate, but they broke though. No, that's Young M.A. But that's my favorite damn song, and I haven't heard it in so long. With Young M.A. and Dream Doll and all those girls, that sort of song. What is it once a year to show everybody it's all love, we all getting paid, everybody's talented, but that's too much like right. And that's what I don't like that we in the industry right now. We just can't. Everything just can't be right. It's got to be mixy and messed up, and then reflect badly on the people that are a part of it. XOXO, yes, you can get my YouTube page it's in my bio. You can click the Instagram picture, and my YouTube is under there. It has something not as juicy as my TikTok, but I'm trying to segue. I'm trying to work it all out, make it all make sense. My take on Kanye West is that he ain't wrong. He's not wrong, and people aren't open to ideas that they can't that are not palatable to them, and people are not open to ideas. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm trying. I'm trying to make it all pop. It's only me here, me and Malia. But people are not open to those ideas. People are not open to concepts that go against the grain. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, when just the term alone, white lives matter is not wrong. White lives do matter. I am of the belief all lives matter. Let's stop segregation because that's been a problem in our nation's history. And history continues to repeat itself because we don't change our ways. So there's that. Um, Him wearing that shirt is, who buys Kanye stuff? By black people. I mean, black people do. Black people didn't break their system. Don't pay it. Whatever black people do. I'm not saying all black people broke buying Kanye stuff, but when it comes to Kanye shit, white people be there, front line. Okay, stating the obvious. And I don't think he was intentionally trying to be innovative or anything like that. Thank you guys for the shares. Thank you for the support. Y'all in here loving on me. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, that's the thing. We getting too worked up. We get to, as a culture, y'all, not y'all, not my people in here, but the people watching and the other people behind you and everything like that. Get too worked up as a culture about things that don't have nothing to do with nothing. Kanye and his White Lives Matter shirts in the streets of Milan don't got nothing to do with you and your home, with your kids and your man or your wife and your this and your that. Nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. He's not coming into your town. He's not advocating. He's not trying to get people to sign nothing. And people are up in arms about a goddamn shirt. I'm willing to bet you. I'm willing to bet you. It's better things you could be concerned about than a shirt. What the shirt say or who's inside of it don't have nothing to do with nothing. The thing with limit is who will call me. Excuse me, I said popcorn kernel. So I mean, I am not a I am not a what do Russell Brand say? I don't ride the wave when it comes to people's perception about Trump. I have my own idea about the man, and I'm pretty fine with the things with what he was, who he is, what he was, what he did, because that was what he was supposed to do. If you haven't known by now, but you might come to learn that everything is intentional. Everything, especially when it comes to politics, we talk about following an agenda. People don't have the ultimate power to get in there and start shifting things and now just become the ultimate bad guy. Before Trump ran for office, first you got to have $20 million in the bank to run for office. Anybody could run for office if you got $20 million. Kim and Kanye got $20 million. When he ran for office, everybody was a friend to Kanye. I mean, before he ran for office, everybody loved Trump. Over down at the Mar-a-Lago, over in Europe at the other one, down up in Jersey at the other one, the golf courses. Staying at his places and having him over for dinner. People loved it. Trump over on the shows, watching his show. Trump wasn't no bad guy. And he didn't get into politics and be like, oh, I'm just going to become an ass. No, they used Trump. If you watch the Trump documentary on Netflix, people be created. What did Martha say? I was created to make your praise glorious. And by that's the system. And by praise, I mean the agenda. And they wanted to make it glorious. And Kanye and Trump being in office, it was actually and that's the thing too. They get to use. I have to talk. I'm always talking to black people because I'm black, but I'm not always black. But it started. It started, and with every presidency is some shit. You know what I mean? For my generation, before me, generation, going back and back and back and back. It's always some shit with a presidency, okay? But let's start with Clinton and that affair and the mass incarceration of black people. I can't get into specifics because I do not delve into politics that way, because whatever that politics that they do don't affect what I got going on in the way I live my day-to-day life. But with what you call Clinton, it was something. Bush, it was something. Then they put the black guy in there. If he wasn't black, people would be dogging him. If he wasn't black, I probably wouldn't have voted. I voted for the man because he was black. It wasn't like he came in there and did nothing major and did nothing spectacular. And I'm not saying he did just because he black. You wrong, you wrong. But you basic, you basic. What did uh Chanel Iman say? They don't hate me because they're boring. They hate me because they're basic. And that's just that. If he just came in there, he fit the mold. We need to let's get a black president in there, and it takes that black president to do what he did, get black people involved in politics, and then shift the shit completely. What legacy is that of this great black man that was in office, and for it to be clowns to have followed him? They might get me for hateful speech. I'm not being hateful. I'm just being honest. But what is that? What does that do to his great legacy? Oh, we got the first black person and been preceded by clowns. Clowns in the sense that they're performing for the circus. So whatever great things that he did, however people perceived B.O. as this whatever, what then came after that? To that I say, when it started, it's been a domino effect. Let's talk with the first black president, to then we get the first orange president, and now we got the oldest fucking president. You know what I mean? That's what we're working with here. And soon we're going to have a complete celebrity. Not, he did, yeah, you do the best, every president does the best they can to stay alive for their term. But celebrity, not Richard Nixon, no, Ronald Reagan acting, full-blown, complete notoriety from mainstream media. That's who's going to be in office next. The days of solid politicians, and that's why I say, even though that smear campaign against Hillary was damning evidence, I was caught up in that. Trump had cameras on her. Hillary couldn't leave the house without something, without being recorded, and it just looked bad for her. But at the end of the day, which she could be a part of, because it's like, listen, Hillary, let me move my stuff, and now I'm getting into it. Hillary, my tablets and things, consummate politician, career politician. She was a politician, not Bill. Understand? Just like damn, Biden, a fool. Watch my Biden video. But he was placed in positions to be in the position that he is now. They couldn't have used Hillary for something like this because Hillary is just too credible, in my opinion. Hillary just too credible for herself as a politician to be used as a pawn in this way, when she can use whatever she's using, influence, whatever she's doing with Kim, whatever all that is. But it was, the choosing of presidents is intentional, because here we are. We will never get another solid politician. Mark my words. We will never get another solid politician career. When has we ever had a president come into office and really do something for the people? But when we're never going to get somebody who ran governor, this, that. No. You got the money, put up your dukes, and that's the thing. Now they're saying Kim gonna run and win because they need first. Imagine if Kim, and I mean that is just so unfathomable at the current point. But if you even take into consideration Melania Trump being in office, she was the first. Who knows? I mean, outwardly, of course, everybody got some shit with them. Thank you, Holly. Thank you so much. I do think my last couple of videos have been hilarious, and I've been cracking myself up. But that's just me. I might be biased. But Hillary, is that where I was going? No, Melania. They brought her in that White House been naked here, doing this and that there. So the White House ain't that pure. They don't let her in, even though she was a first lady. But she's still been in there. Understand? They voted that president, or they put that man in there, knowing that that's what his wife was. She wasn't no solid, upstanding socialite like Ivana. Granted, they wasn't together, but that's her history. She cleaned up nice. Kim cleaned up nice too. Imagine when she do start to get, if she do with and when she do, because that's, I told you guys now, you guys might be doing here. I told y'all. Kim go blonde when she changing things. And when she go back to her regular black hair, things have been changed, okay? Something will have been different. And when Kim go back black, because she ain't gonna be no president in no blonde hair, I tell you that. But when she go back black, the world will have changed. The world will have been changed because that's how they're positioning themselves right now. And yet, I'm not. I don't have to make it up. It's right in our faces. Now that's amazing. Listen, nobody in there. You didn't think nobody in their right mind was going to put Trump in the office? Hello, hello, hello. So I don't know. That's where we are with that. And coupled with coupled with or in comparison, but it would now we have this black stuff with these girls. Come on. I mean, just even as a sister, like I'm not. But that's what I said. Lotto, when she sat down with Big Boy or Funk Flex, so one of them VJs, she said, no, I don't. They, they wanted me. They wanted. I love the, how she talk Atlanta. They wanted to bring me on and talk about get into this whole fight with Nikki. I don't want to do that because I respect her and we rappers in the game and stuff like that. And now here we are. Just like when male artists, celebrities be like, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing a dress. All that because this is the direction or whatever the intention they're trying to, the agenda they're pushing for whatever this is with the Grammys. But the Grammys is not until. But this is what and that's the thing. Everybody's getting lined up to be qualified, dropping these songs within the right times to be recognized. Grammys ain't for another. Well, the Grammys is right around the damn corner. After the Super Bowl is the Grammys. So yeah. So I guess the conversation. I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking we still mid-year. No, honey, we coming towards the end. It's October. You know what? I watched that and I didn't like that Candace because I just didn't like. I seen it. I seen Candace Owens play that. And first of all, if you ever, even though you could watch TikTok, and you know how many girls get on TikTok and sound like them damn Kardashian girls with that vocal fry and a tone, and so unless somebody sat and verified that and said that this Kim sound like Kim Weed and ran the vocal recognition, and I don't think because you know what, Chris been part of this thing so messy, and that's the thing. Um, Kind of takes away the credibility. That's why I try to keep my credibility. I just come from a perspective, whatever. But Chris been in charge of this whole thing the whole time, and even if that is Kim, to some people that type of message and that behavior warrants a little sympathy. You know what I mean? Because somebody feels like she was put in a position, this, that, and the third. And that's how some people think. Obviously, we know people have all sorts of ideas. If there was nothing that we learned from Trump being in office, is that people are out there with extreme perceptions and extreme ideas. Kidding, not kidding, maybe not. um, so I mean, nothing is really crazy under the sun. People, we had racist extremists out here. Thank you so much, Janice Weeks. I love you. We have extremists out here, and Trump was the person. Trump became the face of extreme behavior, and then by proxy, if any of this makes sense, he took on the title as well. Well, like I said, when everybody loved Trump, if Trump was some raging racist, do you think people would, you know what I mean? I don't think he would have been as accepted as he was. And I mean, I'm just going up like the races and things like that. What happens inside that White House is policy, and he don't have no say over that. Like I told my sister, she said he's gonna end gay rights. Now that, and I think about that conversation we had, and all of this shit is happening under this man. Everybody was couldn't wait to get the one man out to get this man in, and look at what's happening. Hello, somebody. Inside that White House is policy, practice, and agenda. It's not somebody's personal. It's not a personal gain. If it was involved, you have the most vote, the most influential and most impactful vote that you can have is in your own community. But even still, because the vein runs deep in policy, everything has to be intentional because we have to be able to control it. It has to be controlled. I would be hard pressed. They'd be hard pressed to get me to famous level, right? Hey, baby, to famous level, and be like, Lennon, we need you to, hey, go out and say rock the vote. That's not nothing I'm going to do. The first thing I would say is vote for your city councilman and your mayors. Focus on those votes, those county, whatever you call them. Although focus on those, and then you could get a better understanding of like, okay, I know all these people went and supported somebody who was actually going to make a change in the community, but ultimately this person won, and now here is where we are. And then when you start to see it on that small scale, with a scale where that measure directly affects you, those decisions directly affect you, it only is magnetized on a national scale. Even in my own hometown of Buffalo, the fuckery that went on for the mayor voting and the reverse ballots and all this stuff. Like what? Consequently, I can't even consider the girl that wanted to win for president. I can't even see her being in the position to do the things. The bombing in Buffalo, not bombing, Lord Jesus. Um, God forbid. The shooting, mass shooting at the Tops house in Buffalo. I can't see her being the face of the city, um, having Trump, not Trump, but Biden and things like that. I couldn't see that. It needed to have been somebody who had already established, you know what I'm saying, and already knew the game, so that when the word came in that this was the actions that were going to be taken on your city, no shade, all tea. He already knew what the game was. He was already seasoned. He was already hip to it. That's how we get politicians. That's how politicians become politicians. If people got into politics to do the right thing, there would be more of the right thing going on. Ain't been nothing good since the stimulus check, and that's terrible because that's gonna send us into recession. I think we on a one-way street, right? Great at the moment, but it's terrible in the long run. If people really got into politics to make a difference for the sake of the people, for the republic, like Rowan would say, Damascus, Bainbridge, for the republic, we'd be all right. But because history continued to repeat itself, because we don't change anything about the things that we do, we continue down these same paths. And then we need the distractions of a fucking Beyonce. Like Beyonce had been waited for years and years and years and years and years and years to put out an album. She wait till the world is in shambles. Shambles. Rihanna wait for years and years and years and years and years and years to put out an album and do music. She hit us with a kid and do. Waiting for her at the damn Super Bowl. Now people are all excited about something to look forward to. Because when they said Beyonce was touring next year, I said, well, we got at least another year of living on the earth because Beyonce says she's going on tour. But that's the distraction. And I've been to a Beyonce concert. I tell you, I prefer it in my house. I prefer to be home. I prefer to be home to listen to this album right inside my house, okay? Lisa Hardy, hello, welcome, honey. Bribes and money and capitalism. Because while we done shipped out $10,000 to everybody on the planet, we got to bring this money back in. The people that need money, though, what I am going to do a video on is these bunkers that they got going on inside these people's, under these rich people's front lawns and stuff like that. That they'll be sufficient for about a month time. That's what I see. I like to do funny, silly, and más importante. Muy importante. She wants to tour because she see Rihanna coming back. Not even no. Well, they move. It's together in tandem. They work in tandem. They both cover. The two of them cover everything. Okay. Hennessy Carlotta. I've been to one of her concerts. She was 5, so it was really for you. So much time to tour, so much time to put out music, and even with the gay thing, after Get Me Bodied, Beyonce realized her following. She understood her significance in the world. She understood where her bread and butter was. Following that album, she should have did a little something, a little sample, a little what you call them things, a mixtape or something, and gave the gays everything they needed. She'd be further than where she was. But everybody needs to be kept in their place. Nicki Minaj, if she was graceful, tasteful, and classy, and did the things with the girls, acknowledged the girls, built bridges and bonds between hip hop royalty, her, Lauryn Hill, Little Kim, Missy Elliott. It's ladies' night. What? It must be Angie on the mic. The butter be honey. Got the sugar. Got the spice. The roll. The L's tight. Keep the rhymes right. Yo, I just booked this motherfucker off last night, and I'm the rookie on this all-star team. Me and Kim's getting cream like Thelma and Louise, but on home and never leave the Brooklyn shit alone. So if you say it's on, then it's on. Why we don't have another one of those? Because the girls can't get right. Because they don't want us to be right. Those was the good old days. Gone are the good old days. Hey Vero Lewis, I'm doing all right. Just doing what I do, talking what I talk. Things like that. And that's the only way to look at it, you guys. Welcome to the Kelly Collective, where one of my Lux ladies said, where we like to change the sheets, okay? Because people have been sleeping in the same bed too, and you got to change out the sheets and understand. Change out the sheets and understand. No, we didn't have social media, but the girls were still together on the things. And even all them girls is fine. Well, shit, Lisa dead. Missy, I ain't seen Missy. I ain't seen Missy and Lil Kim in the same room, and Angie on the podcast. But even still, they was together. But that goes back into is it Thoughtbox? Yeah, Thoughtbox. I ain't seen a collaboration of girls since Thoughtbox. And where is Young M.A.? I haven't seen nothing. And Dream Doll is all around. It just ain't right. That's just if I'm a niche, I got the news. That's my niche. The read, the tea. But also keeping it vintage and pre-Gen Z. Because we getting into this new shit where it's all social media and everybody's getting involved in social media, this and that. And we're getting distracted and shit is happening right underneath our noses, child. Oh, well, I mean, now you going back years and years and years and years and years and years and years. But still, did they even really? Did they even really? Maybe they did, but did they even really? Well, and that's my thing. Why are we expecting this from the men? Somebody was saying something like Jay-Z get right behind people, bail Meek Mill out of jail and things like that. Which is the word, there's a word for it. It's crazy and it's foolish when what other the men are out here killing themselves, selling drugs, that, and then in the game, they're rapping on each other and they're bringing each other up, bringing up the game, bringing up whatever, you know what I'm saying, supporting and encouraging and things like that. But the girls is falling apart. Then girls are out here trying to keep it together. It's just confusion all around, and then people like that look to those things, and it just begats a crazy cycle. It just begats a crazy cycle. When honestly, we just want people to listen to the music. Listen to the music, rap about the music that you know. If you talented, you talented. If you got the skill, you got the skill. You have the ability, you have the ability. You just do it. And there's no hate because at the end, everybody's getting paid. This thing between Lotto and Nikki, don't turn no lottery people into barbs, and barbs ain't being turned into lottery. This begets fights between people in the real world who will never even meet these people that they fighting for. When I don't know nothing about that. Two remixes with the girl. What like Bia? Yeah, she did do that, and things like that. But I mean, like, who is Bia compared to we have Lotto coming out like, I wanted her to get on this thing and she didn't want to do it, or even and all of that is fine. I'm not. I don't know if it sounds like I said Nikki don't do nothing with the girls, but she show up, she pop up on something with the girl. It's really not like okay, I'm writing, and what, I'll show you some clips of us at the video shoot and things like that. But have we seen Nikki and Bia since? Are they supposed to be best friends? No, they're not. But do she push anybody else's things or anything like that? Like, I don't. I just don't know. My thing with Nicki Minaj, first of all, she shouldn't be in no back and forth squabbles. Nicki don't know. She don't owe anything to anyone. Yes, she do. She owe us not whatever this is. And I'm not well. I don't know exactly the verbiage used between her and Lotto. I didn't even listen to the recordings because once Lotto said she had recordings, um, once Lotto and once Lotto said she had the recordings from Nicki, I tuned out because now, and then when she said I already got I knew I had to record it because I knew who I was dealing with. That just seems so forced to me. Like, that's not natural. It's not natural. I just don't know. And even with everything that Nicki Minaj has been going through, why would you, if you are jumping on the album, if you're jumping on songs with Bia and other girls, like you're saying, um, things like that, why are you even worrying yourself with things like this? Why even further this drama when obviously you have other things going on? Girl, you got this man to worry about. You got this kid we never see to worry about. You got to figure out if your brother is up. You have other things to be worried about. Never mind. Why are you even with that man in the first place? Let's discuss that. Why would you even? Why Nicki Minaj can't just be? Why she got to be tied to such mess? Understand? That is what I have to say about that. Why she have to be tied with such mess? Why do she want to have? Why is it just? Where the hell is Bia besides on an album with Nicki Minaj? Why she couldn't get on a track with Gloria? Why she couldn't get on that track with Why she ain't never been on a track with Dream Doll? Why she didn't do the song with Lotto? Why not? Can you help who you fall in love with? Absolutely. When it comes to my brand, you want to know what? I was just talking to my friend about that. When it comes to my brand, absolutely, I have to control who I love. And you want to know why? Especially in that situation, because I just dealt with this with my brother. Why do I want to go with the man I love, my husband, and the father of my child? And hey, the love child. What did Tina say? She said something about love don't got nothing to do with it, right? You think Nikki? You think Nikki? Did you hear what I said in the beginning? Nikki just don't care at this point. Like somebody said, maybe it was you that said that. Nikki don't care at this point, and she's just going along. She just going along so she can so she can stay alive for her term too. Because it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. And then even let's say like Patti LaBelle and them when all the fighting they used to do back in the day. Well, not even not well. Like the social media was different, and that's why it gets a lot worse. And that's why we can't put too much. We can't stoke the flames because obviously it's there for interest. They're trying to raise stocks in Twitter, stocks in this, stocks in that, and shit that we don't have no control over. That's never gonna come back to us. Um, but here we are pushing the whole agenda. I don't care about. I don't listen. I don't care about that being her husband. Let me see Nicki Minaj and that man in a romantic setting where she loving on him, kissing on him, and because that's what husbands do. Since she's so in love with him, right? Let me see her because that's what that's what I want to see. But she don't owe us nothing, right? But don't push me no story that's not based in any type of facts. And if you're getting married because this is what the industry wants you to do, and you're with a pedophile because that keeps the spice and the attention on you to keep you in this angry black woman place, because Nikki should be happy as hell. She should be happy as hell. She should always be graceful. She should always be proud and appreciative and give fucking love. And if you can't, go away like Lauryn Hill did. But she can't do that. I follow Nicki Minaj. And just because she throw her leg over that man and for a picture and he looked like he just got pulled out of a closet somewhere, that ain't no damn marriage for me. That poor baby looked like he'd be ready to run to the nanny or the damn pedophile. I don't know if I should say that on here. I don't want to get suspended. Before he'd be ready to sit with Nicki Minaj. Let's make it make sense. Let's make it real. And that's not hate. That's reality. Like I said in the beginning, Nicki is not this glam bot, sex symbol to her core. At her core, that is not who that girl is. So she deals with all these things, and she does all these things because maybe inside she is angry and she is upset because she can't be who she wants to be. That might be too much for people to consume. Just like all white people matter. But the fact of the matter is that if she was in a better place, she wouldn't be acting this way. Because don't nobody who's happy with what they're doing got a man, got the damn baby, great success, all the love from the Barbs. Yet you want to go back and forth on Twitter. How do you even have the time? How do you even have the time? Find the space or the capacity to even entertain stuff like this. Shouldn't you be writing stuff? Which makes me think somebody's behind the damn thing. Somebody else is typing, texting this stuff. Because how do you even? How do you even? Well, like I said, she ain't been on vacation. Her and Mr. Petty ever been on a sweet romantic vacation somewhere? Show y'all how much they in love. Child, boo. Oh, hey, thank you. Um, yeah, couple with all these divorces going on, and that's like industry. Like this is where we're like literally divorce. Faith and who's next? Faith and Stevie J. Finally, Faith want to pull the plug. Very convenient timing, Faith. Very convenient timing. Nobody else is getting divorced. Nobody else. You guys are the first to do it this year. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Everything is a bunch, and it's for this, and like Wendy Williams say, and like comedians say, um, just like they say, it keeps, you know what I'm saying, it pays the bills. That's the content. This is what the people want to eat up. So we're here to dissect it and do what we do with it. But I mean, like I said, let's not be too caught up. Have I? Yeah, I've been in a relationship. But I mean, what is the question? I mean, like, what is the question? I just jumped in. Well, I started with Nicki Minaj and all the bullshit and how it's just a distraction and black women should be supporting black women and not pushing the agenda. Because back when the Grammys they wanted to boycott the Grammys at the beginning, last year or this year, and it was because of the rappers. Now it's female rappers this year and all this stuff. That, you know what I mean? So that's where we at with that. We talk about, is Nicki in a happy marriage? Now, did I say I haven't been in one? I don't like to get on here and go back and forth with. I don't do that. I don't get on here and go back and forth with people because somebody. I would. Listen. Find something to do, please. Lotto not being black. Lotto not black. The now you're done. But that's how I feel. I feel like that. At least if it's not the truth, it's my truth because that's just how I see it. And because there's no reason why they should be at each other's necks. There's no reason they should be at each other's necks at all. Because everybody is out here getting it. Everybody's out here living their best life. Everybody's out here got that with their fan base. You know what I mean? Go on tour. Everybody getting money. You know, so I don't understand why they like. I do understand. I will say it don't make no sense for them to be at each other's faces when all of it does is benefit the agenda of the powers that be. Let's not be manipulated that way. We need to be fixing each other's crowns. Exactly. Exactly. And that's all I'm saying, and that's all I say about that. I did not get on here to talk about Nicki Minaj. I don't know what I came on here. I think I just came on here. Well, I did. I said I was. This is all I'm gonna say. I'm not making no video about it because it ain't that serious. Especially now, I got to go read through. First of all, I have to involve myself. I have to subject myself to that energy, going through those threads to understand where it started, why it started, and who benefits from it. I'm still trying to figure out where I am in these classes. But I'm not doing that. I like to do my research, but I like fruitful research, even if it does seem petty or messy as far as like the Chrissy thing and everything like that. But it's informational, and that's like history, and that's like real to some extent. This situation with Cardi, Nicki, Lotto, that's not real. It's not real. Especially when it comes to everybody making money, putting out albums, going on tours. It's not real. But if it gets the videos pumping and it gets people whatever, you know, like I said, one hand washes the other. $1 goes into another, or somebody gets 100% richer from all of this confusion and fuckery and distraction. But let's realize it. Let's understand the beehive and not be swatting the bee. You know what I mean? And focus on the beehive being the bigger issue. And the beehive, not Beyonce's and her fans, but the literal beehive, is the engine, the engine, the machine of the industry. It send out little things. Now Beyonce's out. Beyonce, what you call it? Beyonce, um, "Break My Soul" is R&B. I don't know how. I don't know where. I don't know when. If you want to, and then house music is because it's house music. House music to me is pop. But what is a category? What I mean, categories are everything these day and age. Cis, trans, miss, mister. So everything is about a damn category. But if they get to mixing, yeah, if the conversation is a girl could be a guy and a guy could be a girl, well then pop can be R&B and R&B can be pop. See, that's what happens when you allow things too long. Y'all got to pick up what I'm putting down. Because I'm putting something down here. Don't pay attention to my hair in the back. The braids fell out. But that's what that is. That's all this is that we're doing with everything that's going on right now. Especially with this. I was so surprised. Happy Friday, Natasha. Yes. Today drained me. I got into bed. It's just a mess. And I'm not prescribing to it. And then two, yeah, this too. What I don't even know who this girl is, Chica. And that's why I said one hand wash the other. Now people going to Chica's page. I'm not going over there to see who this girl is. Suki and this girl going at it. For what? For what? For likes, clicks, and subscription. Kanye gonna be back on Drink Champs. That's another 2 hours out of my life. Since 6, I believe it. Cause this just, and it was a nice day today too. I know Sheree wasn't at BravoCon selling these fashions for thousands of dollars in this booth like this. I know she wasn't at BravoCon selling these fashions for thousands of dollars in these booths. I just know. I just know. Is Buffalo Designers would have had better booths than this. I just know that's not what just happened there at BravoCon. It was a beautiful day, and sometimes that sun will just suck it all out of you, and that's what happened to me. I just came on to say, hey, hello, and how are you doing? Um, you must not. Speaking of Tina Turner, Notorious is a limited edition Tina Turner doll, inspired by her 1984 hit single "What's Love Got to Do with It." I'm always right on time. I seen that Rena got booed, and I thought after watching the first season episode of that reunion, shit, watching the last couple episodes of the show, I would boo her ass too. Um, like I said, she has removed, and I need to make an amendment. She didn't say Andy Cohen was the biggest bully. That's what Kathy said to her ass. That she was the biggest bully in in Beverly Hills, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, I agree either way, but I couldn't agree more. Um, you must understand that the touch of your hand. That other person was in here. I don't know if they're gonna come back in. Getting on my nerves, talking, getting on my nerves. I hate to be in a conversation where I'm making points and people are talking, trying to make their points, but they're only furthering my points. Is that gaslighting? I don't like it, and I don't have no time for it. But yeah, BravoCon is going off without a hitch, I guess. Maybe one of these days I'm gonna get to BravoCon. Somebody tagged Andy Cohen in one of my videos, so it might be next year, sometime soon. Let me tell you this: if they don't look smooth and airbrushed like this in person, I don't want to see them. As I look at this picture, but they probably, I'm sure they don't. But that's the thing about Lisa Rinna too. She be snatched. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. She do be snatched, and I mean, the look is a bit trashy, if you will, at the reunion. But it's just too far out from what I would expect from Lisa, and also it's very Kardashian esque. Or even it's just that image. You know what I'm saying? The Kardashian starter kit. That's how Lisa showed up to the with the hip hop because of all the jewels. But that's how Lisa showed up to the reunion, and I wasn't for that. Granted, whoever did her hair did an amazing job. Granted, that dress nice. Granted, her jewels lovely, but collectively, mm-mm. Girl, you are 60 something years old. If you don't come out of that and put you on a caftan or a damn Happy Friday, Jen. Happy Friday to everybody in here. A caftan or a damn cardigan, something. Just a couple plaids. So now I need to wash my hair. You like these frames? I do like this. I had to favorite um this filter. But yeah, that's that. It's just too much going on, especially in the media, in music, I should say. Where is Jennifer? And why is Jennifer? Jazzy Plus, hello, hey. Thank you so much. I did a long stint. I started wearing braids in like 2017. I did it heavy, 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 straight back. Even had the long red braids when I lived in New York. I think it's a picture on my Instagram like that. But yeah, it's just too much going. I can't keep up, and I don't want to keep up. This Brittany Renner is out everywhere. Ever since what you call it died, we ain't been able to stop Brittany Renner's ass. Do I need to say it, or did y'all see it for yourselves? You must understand that the touch of your hand. Bethel, hey, Bethel OG Bougie, Boogie. Hey, thank you for the rose. I think Kim is really good at zoning in on things that like those kind of issues that might seem stale or not relevant anymore. But so far, it's been a breeze. And, you know, Kim is gonna get the winning over the people. They're gonna guarantee. She guaranteeing votes by doing this. What is it? Jail prison reform stuff. She winning votes with that alone. She's winning votes with that alone. Meticulously picking cases where in what do you the majority, you know what I mean, like all that. Should we talk, you know, I'm always looking for some good, please tell me some good news. What's good? I did post some good news. My latest video was some good news. um Try Byers and Lady Grace Byers is having a baby. Congrats to them. Fingers crossed that everything goes how it's been going and continues to go in that way. Anybody else got some good news? Good news, good news, any kind, I'll take it. Because it gets crazy. You must understand. It gets crazy. How was y'all Fridays going? Is y'all doing something fun? I also wanted to mention that it's no coincidence that these witches, the Twitches witches, Tia and Tamari is doing all this stuff Halloween time. You know, there's still be witch. Whatever. Not the preacher. And oh well, yeah, I get a little lost sometimes. Yeah, they're gonna go through with it. They just said Mattel is releasing a doll based on her look from that song. That's why I'm singing that. And I was just saying, somebody was in here saying, between Nicki Minaj and her, asked me if I ever been in a relationship, because I must not understand how Nicki loved that man so much that she just neglect all of his past doings and things like that, coupled with what her brother did. I said, now what the hell love got to do with it? And then 2 seconds later, I see that about the doll. Y'all know how I do over here. But yeah, Tia, they gonna divorce, and they gonna be fine, cause she's not gonna get out here and slander that man. I pray she don't. But she's not gonna get out here and slander that man. He gonna go on and continue to work like he been doing. Oh, what's love got to do? Got to do with it. Ooh, an early birthday Kirk present. Yay. The countdown is on. I mean, I guess the countdown been on. But we getting close. We getting close. It was less than a week away. Jesus. I wouldn't say that they both not that. I don't think Corey is unattractive at all. And I don't think Tia is unattractive at all. Because when it comes to attraction, they it's what, you know what I'm saying, what natural look like, especially Tia. Natural. Corey just handsome, you know what I mean? And no, he ain't no, you know. You know who we like. You know, a Idris Elba, even a try Byers. You know, but he's handsome. You know, he ain't hit. I'm sure it's girls that'll be ready to get that good working man. You know. But what is Drop Dead Gorgeous? A Kardashian? You know, what is Drop Dead Gorgeous? Whoa, what love? Now that's what I don't want to see her do, because what I said, you don't go from dark skin to light skin. You just don't do that. And I don't think she will. But she might go on a date with Peter Parker. What's his name? Mm-mm. And I didn't even bring her up in my rundown. I hated to see Jamie Lee Curtis on the reunion. And that's the thing about it. If the president is, it's all the same. Nicki Minaj coming on there just open the gate for these types of things to happen. Jamie Lee Curtis ain't got no reason to be on a damn reunion set promoting this damn movie. Girl, they gonna go see it or they not gonna see it. Don't matter if you in the shit. Now wait a minute now, but no, I'm talking Pete Davidson. I don't think they're not attractive. Not, I don't think there's anything not attractive about them. So I don't really know anything about that conversation. Oh, what's love got to do? She's prettier than Tamar as I look at this picture of Tamar. No shade to Tamar, but we talk about what's attractive. And I was always able to tell them apart. Them was two sisters two twins that never confused me. All this, I've been looking at Ashanti's ass all day. She like I rise above all the haters. Now this young man here. Imagine Tia Peter. I mean, I think that just might be that might be too black for her. That might be too black for her. Um, and get too much of a wild card. If anything, they want something more controlled. Um, you know, something regimented. And that was the thing. That's why I thought they was good with him, because he was just cool, calm, and collected. Getting his checks, raising his kids, and things like that. Ashanti looks all right. Everything was fine until it wasn't. Not for that. We'll see. We'll see what she does. She don't need to do nothing. She need to be focused on them kids. She need to be focused on them kids and whatever. She gonna be, like I said, she gonna be coming out with something. Whether she become the next pioneer woman or something, I'm sure she'll be doing something like that. She can't just stop cooking. I would be confused if she just stopped cooking. So I'm sure she'll be doing something along those lines, just on a grander scale. I told you guys, when people break up, they just do something bigger. So I'm just waiting to see what it is. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, and I care more about what the hell Tia are gonna do in her next stages than this whole Cardi B bullshit. Not Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj and all that bullshit. That's just so stupid. What else is going on? I'm trying to find another topic. I'm trying to find something else to say. I just came on to say, hey. I'm hungry again, and I don't have nothing to eat. I do have some. I don't have nothing ready, and I just don't. I'm just not in the. I'm not in the whip it up spirit. I might make some wings. Cynthia Bailey on possible return to return amid divorce. I truly feel I'm in my next chapter. Girl, didn't she say that when he put the ring on her finger? How many chapters do 50? How many chapters do 50 Cent got? And why somebody don't silk press Jennifer Hudson's hair out? Why she got these crunchy hair pieces? I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. She barely got an edge. My God, today. Are y'all seeing it? The American Institute of Cancer Research accused Lisa Rinna of using cancer for emotional blackmail, Jesus. Kris Jenner undergoing hip replacement surgery, and apparently Oprah just got 2 new knees. So what's going on with the old people? Marrying people's husbands. She just need to stop marrying people, period, because obviously it's not her thing. And that's all right, son. That's all right. People respect that better than you and these in and out, because I don't have no sympathy for things like that. And that's not because I'm a man. That's because I'm looking at what's going on here. You have the time and the resources. The time and the resources to properly find a man that's suitable for you. And like I said, we watched in the program, we saw it on television that was not the proper fit. What do you think that was like in real life? Just like when you see pictures of Sheree and what's his name, they just look so uncomfortable. Now you bag a bitch like Sheree, okay, and y'all are equally yoked, and she happy to be with you. You would be all over her, just like Will Smith used to be with Jada. You would be all over her because that's yours. And you will understand that Sheree wants to come from, she's been in a place and she wants to be with a man that's going to take possession of her. Martell be scared to touch her. Oh, but they in love, like the person. Oh, but they in love. Like I said, with Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty, ain't never seen them booed up, hugged up, looking great and comfy. I said, sure, maybe a picture while she running through the damn backstage something. She said, the publicist say, sit here with Kenneth real quick. He got the kids. She said, all right, let me just sit here. And then she moved the fuck on. Let me see them go on a vacation or something in an intimate moment and things like that where she holding the back of his head and he grabbing her by the small of her waist. Then I might reconsider my thought that they're in a loving relationship. Other than that, these people be out here trying to fool us. Have we not learned that this year? Have we not learned that this year? Yeah, because I already know I'm going to need me some hips and knees and an ankle and when I get to getting where I'm going. I already know it. The way this body is set up. Awkward from the get-go, 100%. And so don't sit here. I'm not like, oh, poor Cynthia, she should find a man. Girl, please. I don't have that for Cynthia. I don't have it for Cynthia at all. And that's not shade, that's tea. With her offender. Cabin Fever for sure. She opens up doing lives in that red room, and it's just Reed's miserable, and in this behavior, and then it's like it just sets the groundwork for anything to happen. Just like Kanye being out here crazy and looking, it just sets the groundwork. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm not saying who's gonna go. I'm not saying anybody's going, but I mean it just sets the groundwork for manipulation of the storyline. Because like I said, Nicki, top rapper in the rapstress in the game, successful, got a man, got a kid, got fans, love in all the right places, and you said, let me jump down in that red room and get loud and get stupid. And that's just not even recently. She been getting loud and stupid since that Joe Budden thing, and probably since before that. Let's find the peace. And it's things like this that probably do push her over the edge. But it's not unwarranted and it's not one-sided. Them girls didn't wake up. A lot of them didn't wake up and say, I'm gonna get on Nicki's ass. Candy and Todd. It's just I got to start from scratch. Natasha, what I said about Jen, what I said about Candy and Todd. Candy and Todd, I feel like Candy and Todd are they have a romantic a relationship based in romance. Candy, this year, they were a little bit more public with the nuances of their relationship. As far as Candy works a lot, and Todd wants this, and together they have that, and separately they don't have this, right? But in that conversation that they said this year was Candy's approach to Todd and my belief. Like I'm not a Burris, I'm not a Tucker, and I don't live in Atlanta, okay? But my belief is that when she said to him, that part too, that's it. But she said to him, that's how you sum it up, Natasha. When she said to us, she said to him, what do you want to do? What she did was she laid out the plan, the program, the situation for him. I like you, you like me, we can be in this thing together and we can get it how we're gonna get it. But these are the guidelines and the stipulation. Like I'm gonna be working, I'm not gonna stop working, and we're gonna screw and be together. And if I'm not there, you can pick from this list of ladies that are set up and available to fit the mold and fit the position until I get back in it. What you're not gonna do, and which is very common, what you're not gonna do is get out here and make a fool of me with cheating and scandaliciousness and all that stuff, and girls running in and out of this duplex. You're not gonna do that. But we're gonna have things lined up, whether that's Carmen or not. That's their business. And the most important thing about Candy and Todd is, I don't see them breaking up till one of them are dearly departed. Well, and that's the thing, and that's like I said, that's the thing about Portia. Portia been around. Portia been around. You know what I'm saying? She's a Atlanta socialite, pretty girl who would, probably, if she's ambitious. You know what I'm saying? So she run up in the party. Um, she run up in the party, and she's gonna go get next to the people that are worth being at the party with. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. And her and Candy have had a relationship before the show. Most girls, all them girls knew Candy before the show. But because Candy is Queen Bee, y'all not gonna get up there and start airing my laundry out, just like with Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin. Everybody know the tea with Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin, but because that's, you know what I'm saying, that's Lisa Rinna, and everybody respects Harry. That's the thing about Harry being so nice and preparing the people's things, and everybody, because they don't do to Lisa what they would like to because of Harry. Kim don't care about nobody, and that's why she did what she did down in Amsterdam. Well, it was Portia. Well, not Portia. I thought you said Phaedra. I was getting confused. But I don't know. She's probably the best looking now. She was always a little. They was all a little rough around the edges, dark in the eyes. I think Portia just is, a kept girl, and kept girls usually don't have, they ain't quick witted and you know what I mean? They're just sassy and aesthetically pleasing. I mean, it is what it is. And she ain't made no major deals, but she talks to the people, whatever. Sir Joel Ward, welcome. Hello. What's the tea on Harry and Lisa? Well, there's a beard situation over there at the Hamlin home. Hey, May, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a beard situation going on over there at the Hamlin home. And it looks good for both of them because Harry is attractive. Harry's been sexiest man in the world, and Lisa Rinna is attractive, and she's an accomplished, you know, actress. What do you call them? Soap operas and things like that in the city. You know, is shit. They probably both beards for each other, but Harry Hamlin definitely over here. I am of the belief, especially at that level of celebrity, everybody then dibble and dabble it and summon everybody. Okay. But yeah, if somebody's keeping the bigger secret, it would be Harry, because God forbid a man be gay and a woman be and a woman could be a lesbian, all whatever. So there's that. But it kind of be getting people all stirred up, and with the Ray J thing, and Ray J, it's like that's like the game that Kanye plays is so much, as a Gemini, he plays the game in a way, especially because of his hat went from 2023. Now it says 2024. It's hard to pin it down, but I will not make. I don't make no. I will not box his ass in. I won't do that because it's a bigger. It's a bigger situation. Where is Terrence Howard? I'm looking for Jim Carrey and Barbara Walters. Hey y'all, what's going on? Hope y'all having a fabulous day. I just came on to kick it real quick. Jump down in the comments, changing the subject. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Every picture I see the man. Man, listen, Ben Affleck looked miserable, and as an actor, he should be doing better. But Ben looked miserable. Every single picture. One video, and she always wearing her highest heels, so she looks good with him. You know. And what they were somewhere, and she was talking, and he didn't want to talk to what he was talking. He started pulling her along, and she looked back at the thing, and she could put her actress face on, like, okay, I can't get too colored up in here, but you just don't be pulling me away from the. Ben looked miserable, and that's a relationship of convenience, and it's like either Ben, you either clean it up and continue to work, or you're not gonna finish your term either. Yep. Maple Brown, thank you so much. I'm glad you like them. I do it all for you. It's all for you. You say you want it. Tell me. See, here go. Oprahville, she had back in. See, now that's the thing, too. Oprah talked about she had double knee surgery in 2021. I literally could not lift my leg. Girl, you talk about in the panoramic, you ain't left the house in 365 days because you was in it. It's the panoramic. Girl, you didn't leave the house because your knees was bucked up. It's the narrative. And I'm tired of being fooled. And I'm here to change the sheets and open your eyes. I think Jennifer Lopez is someone who always needs a man by her side. And because she's a woman who always needs a man by her side, she looked good next to any man because she looked good. It's nothing lackluster, half-assed, undone, or unappealing about Jennifer Lopez. And any man she gets next to looks better. And the thing with Ben is Ben probably tried to drink himself into a drunken stupor because of whatever situations that he's been in life. And that's just not his time yet. It's just not his time yet. Because in the same sense I said about Nikki being with Kenneth, and that ain't real, and all these failed relationships going on now, you're not gonna tell me that man every time you see him miserable. Now you standing next to one of the prettiest and successful women in the industry, miserable. This a belt you had on before, pissed. As she's gotten older, her hair is not as good. But also, her hair is not as good as it is on tour. So it is all different. But at the same time, too, that flat, lifeless hair is relatable to women who have flat, lifeless hair. Understand? So if she came out looking like that whole bombshell thing, it might be a little bit too cultural, and she might lose. They might lose the intention behind their union. You understand? Because, like I said, you don't go from light skin to dark skin. I understand. And no, Jennifer Lopez is not dark skin. I know that. But you understand. And, I never thought Jennifer was an attention seeker just simply because, she's the moment. And not just because I'm a fan or am I biased, but, like, Jen don't lose. Even, her movies, she got successful movies. Her albums, people buy the albums, and she know how to play it. Ain't like she push out too many albums, ain't like she push out too many movies, but she's always in your face. And what's wrong with that? She's in entertainment, constantly working, pushing. She continues to push. That's why I said she's always a good look, because she's successful in her own right. She's not successful off the back of any man. but she likes to have a man next to her. What the fuck is wrong with that? I mean, if we're just going to look at that as blanketly. But I think what's happening right now, like with the transitioning of Emmy, that is peak attention seeking. Like I didn't think I would have thought she would have protected her children in a better way than to have this. Listen, me and Jennifer go way back. Okay, people thought I was straight because I love Jennifer Lopez so much. Okay, I have pictures of her in my locker, and her, her butt was all big. Listen, I said, no, that's just that's sis. Okay, Zora. I love Jennifer, just because she's talented. I mean, you can't take that away from her. You know what I mean? It was when we talk about Beyonce here. No, she ain't. We not talk about her singing, but somebody who do all things successfully. Beyonce really just dance and sing. Jennifer get out there. She gonna do it all. Talk about triple, quadruple threats. That's Jennifer Lopez. Emmy is transitioning. Back in June, back in the beginning of the summer, the statement was transitioning. Now the statement of transition has transitioned into she's getting into more of a masculine essence of herself, not essentially transitioning, but definitely non-binary. That part. Non-binary. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, now hold on now. Hold on now. But everybody has one. No shade. Everybody has one. Shiloh, Madonna. I think Charlize Theron's son. Wait till he come out. He been wearing dresses since he was like 4. You know, and that's the trendy, attention-seeking part of the entertainment industry. You sacrifice your kids. Look at fucking Nene Leakes right now, sacrificing her whole son for what? Because in the same breath you talk about he got HIV and he running and he having seizures, you trying to sell the goddamn lounge. What do your son being having a seizure and being hospitalized got to do with you selling that lounge? And if that lounge is that big of a burden on you, you knew that before your son had the seizure. So you've been not in the black, because that's in the good. You've been in the red. We got to make it make sense, right? Oh, she switched back. Uh-huh. Yeah, we did find out Jennifer has some help with her singing. But everybody has help with their singing. Especially the people that don't sing. That's, like I said, that's something you can't take away from Beyonce. Is her ability to carry that note and put that song together. But the work ethic is just the same. Even that's what I said too, like Jennifer in the movies, she put forth that effort in the movies. Not only is she acting in the movies, but she's performing in these movies. Beyonce barely get the lines out. So, that we talk about notches, we got to give that one to Jen, Look, Jennifer, let me tell you this. I don't speak bad about Jennifer, and I don't speak bad about Angelina Jolie, okay? I don't care what she do. She was Laura Croft. She will always that's the Bushugana. I don't care what they got to say about Angelina and Brad and them kids. Y'all not gonna talk about Angelina like that. I don't they all push it. And it's all for attention. Like I said, like Charlize Theron's son. I mean, everybody, like I said, everybody has one. And that's what's trendy. And when the kids growing up now and they look at these kids and they look at Zaya Wade and they look at E.J. Johnson and they look at all this stuff. Listen, that's my girl. And they look at, they have these references because it's current. You know what I'm saying? It's relevant to the times that everybody's in this transitioning thing. Like I said, were you guys in here when I said that? From titles being crossed over here to now the situation with the Grammys, which is the reason of all this shit between Lotto and Nicki Minaj, is that categories have been switched up. But if we're switching up categories in the real world, why the hell we can't switch up the categories in the industry? Fair game. The dice was pulled. Whatever, the card was pulled, and the game is on. The game is on. There we go. I'm waiting for it as I look at this thing about Kimura. I guess she spoke to People magazine. I still got to work on my video about Kimura. Says she co-parents 5 kids with me, myself, and I. I do the heavy lifting. Let me tell you this. I know Jamin ain't no bad dad, and I know Russell ain't no bad dad. I don't know about that Wolf man. He seemed like he probably the worst. So, but you know, we're trying to get some sympathy for even though I do love Kimura. You know, we go way back. Okay, to Cribs. Okay. Um, but I'm not of the believer that she out here struggling when all these men are upstanding, okay? Except that Wolf. That wig that Tiffany got her is laid. On Zaya, I still got the pictures in my phone. I'm just trying. I don't know what I wanted. I'm waiting. She need to do something else because I ain't seen her in a good wig until that Tiffany thing. And so we'll see what happens for Christmas or whatever. So I'm sure he'll do something else. But until I could put something together. It was only until Tiffany called it they got her in that wig because Tiffany said we're not doing natural now. You see Beyonce's Tiffany ad? That's what we're giving. A long-haired goddess. Kimura said, in my daily life, I'm a mom of 5. Our children's happiness, something as simple as seeing them smile makes a huge difference to us. I didn't mean nothing. My kids, our happiness is really what our kids' happiness. I don't know what she's doing. Is really what moves me and moves every mom. That's a very general conversation. Oh, something about why is she getting involved with cleft? I can't believe they still talk about cleft palates after all these years. Dwayne limited the comments on Zay. Yeah, I saw that too. He didn't have to come out and say that. That didn't have to be his narrative. That could have been Zaya's narrative. Y'all don't know how to act. People are rude and disrespectful. And this is what I did. Because when is she going to get a voice for herself? Until they figure out what the voice is going to sound like. Child. What do Dwayne's voice sound like? Let me find Dwayne Wade's voice. Let me see what Dwayne sounds like. I don't know. I don't watch sports. Shit, Gabrielle's voice is deep. I know what you thought. I know Kai Via's voice is going to be deep as hell. Until I listen. Let me see what. Everything is so slow. She is. That is the consensus of the production of children during this conversation that we have now. You have children to do these things, and there's no you. I mean, you either have to dive in and deal with it. After you take your time to understand who you are, then you dive in and you deal with it. You can't put all of that shit off because that only prolongs the inevitable of somebody seeing you out in the street and then bombarding you with all these things that you probably could have conditioned yourself to understand and take through the comments. But now you get on Rodeo or wherever, and somebody yells out whatever they yell out, and now you're like, or whatever, no. And like I said, that should have been her narrative for her to have a voice and say, okay, I'm not dealing with this right now because people. Now, turn the mirror on people in real life, and that would have been strong for her. But no, my parents still coming to my excuse. Girl, not in these clothes and not in that Tiffany wig and not in this Tiffany ad. Your parents ain't coming to your defense. Like we talking about, they're parading you. You underage. Dwayne got that check. Or it was put in a trust or whatever. You can't touch it until. It's all a mess. It's all a mess. And I don't mind Caitlyn because Caitlyn, even though Caitlyn transitioned fast, Caitlyn's voice, that's real life stuff. There are trans all over the world that look like Caitlyn, sound like Caitlyn. That's real. I don't have no problem with that. Is it styling? Sure, but it's styling to people all over the world. You have to live your truth and your truth is not the standard. I'm happy that Caitlyn, because I don't mind Caitlyn's look at all, but and I'm also glad that Caitlyn didn't go like that extra route, which she very well could have. Besides shaving down the Adam's apple, the amount of money she could have did to switch that voice around would have been nothing. Would have been a holiday retreat to get that done, to fix that up. But no, she stuck it through. She did whatever she did with that. So I'm all right. That is whatever that is. But the fact we haven't heard Zayas to even make our own conclusion, and now they're gonna want her to come out and be this goddess. It's all too much. It's all too much. But here we are. But like I said earlier, those are the things like comedians thank the industry for, and Wendy Williams would thank the industry for, because it's what I'm saying. It's the money, because people consume it, and people want to understand it, or people want to hear about it. So that's where people like us come into play. To create the platform for conversation about it, but not in the conventional sense, because y'all know all this shit is fake. Because your voice don't have nothing to do that, and that's a personal question. It's a personal experience. Your voice don't have nothing to do with it. Just like you being trans don't mean you have to cut the bottom off at all, or you know what I'm saying. I'm not speaking to like Caitlyn, whatever she did, don't whatever she did. Um, we um that identity of yourself and how you feel and all that stuff, that is an individual experience. Everybody doesn't experience the same. People want to be trans and be ultra glam, and people want to be trans and just want to have long fucking hair and be comfortable in women's clothes. You know what I'm saying? And that's an individual experience. There's no standard to say, oh well, you're going to be a girl, so you have to or you want to be a boy, so you must That's not exactly how that all works. Um, and that's why we keep getting in positions to keep everybody wants to keep explaining things, or trying to make people to explain things when everything don't need to be understood, in a sense that this is not your life. If I go talk to a physicist, I don't need him explaining to me the inner workings of the physicist's business. I might ask one question, but I don't need you going down the long, because that's not for me. That's not what I do. You understand? But no, we got to keep every time, every room, every TV show, every something. Well, this is this, and this is like that, and that's like this, and that. Some shit is for us. And some shit is for people who identify in that specific groups, that subset of people. Understand? It feels good to be alive. Putting everybody in the box. When, you could not, like I said, there's subsectors or subcategories of people, yes. Um, but that don't mean every time they go into a room, they need to explain themselves to the people that don't understand it or don't belong to that category. That's kind of that's what I'm getting at. And that's the thing, you can't, because you might have an idea of the box, you can't then go placing that person that you might think appeals or shows those things of the box, and be like, oh, well, you belong. Well, no, I don't exactly belong here, or because I'm trans and I still have my dick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, then you're not trans. No, no, no. Just because that's what's happening over there, that don't mean that's not the same situation here. Or just because they're doing that over there, don't mean I'm doing that over here. And that goes with any situation. Women who like to have sex in the butt and don't mind, as opposed to women who don't ever want to be touched back there. Subcategory. Every time I go into a room, I don't need to explain to you how I prefer to have sex. Not me. But as a woman, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I was going. How this is how I enjoy doing the things that I do. Every time I go into, I don't need to explain that to you because you don't get it. And that's where we are. We come to a place where everything is explaining, and the 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 facts of the matter is the foundation is, like I've been saying since the beginning, is respect. It's about respecting people and the choices that they make. If they're not harming nobody, don't worry about what somebody else is doing. I don't need to get a breakdown on how you live your life or what you do when you get in the bathroom or in the bedroom. But as long as you find and you treat me kind and nice, I'm gonna treat you kind and nice. That's it. That's all. That's it. People just want a full-on explanation, and not even in the sense, mostly because people are scared to even step into their own light and be like, okay, well, that's on you. Is this what you do? And that's so you coming from a place of judgment or resentment because you don't have the confidence. And child, my internet is ridiculously slow. Hopefully, it's not buffering for you guys. It's so slow. Lordy, it feels good to be alive. So, yeah, that's that. What else is going on? Y'all got something else to say? Y'all done threw a couple things. Y'all done threw a couple things my way. I got 1,000,000 miles on me. They want to see how far I go. The devil never paid with gold. Sitting on top of the world again. And everybody on what you call on SNL, you seen Meg Thee Stallion was on SNL. It's just black people everywhere. And that's great. You know, on magazine covers, Viola Davis is every goddamn where. Um, even our guy from Creed, not Michael, and Lovecraft Country, got him a spread. And as handsome as he is, but you know, he like that, those biracial situations. Yeah, May, I'm sorry, I don't have nothing else for that. Nikki and Lotto, they into it, and it's all. This is what I will say, and this is all it's boiling down to, because the Grammys are in a shift, and they need to cause some stir and some buzz and bring more attention. And instead of somebody getting slapped like they did at the Oscars, let's pummel each other on the internet. And by the time the Grammys roll around, everybody will be excited to see or expecting to see some type of altercation because this is what's been going on in the months leading up to it. The Grammys are in 3 months, 4 months. What do the Kardashians do to what do the Kardashians do to all men? They're not just black. All men. Scott, um, Chris, Travis, all men. It's a Kardashian thing. They are witches. I don't want to use witches, but they're witches, and they do the things. They do the things. What are the things? Credit card schemery, thievery, and drug traffic. Um, it's energy based, and it's a supreme feminine energy, and they, all. I mean, yeah, I have to look it up, get more, get better words to describe it, but that's really what it is. It's just the feminine energy, like the Kardashian harem of witches, and how the history behind that starts in Armenia, and however Chris found her way to become the matriarch of that is what that is. But when it comes to men and their relationships, granted, black power and also acceptance, because it's about, um, you know what you want to be. Chloe has a good black following just because of the men she dated and the way she does the things she does. Before, prior to where we are right now with Chloe, nails, body, hair, husbands, boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? And then just her whole type of demeanor is like, okay, she's like the black sister or whatever. Kim always had a black man because at the end of the day, the goal was always to have her be where she is right now. And whatever they derive from those men, pull that energy out to keep them. And that's the thing too. The thing is for them to stay there because at the end of the day, it's not easy. The level of conditioning and programming and all that stuff it takes for those men to stay. Even Kanye involved because as as it's the same way I feel about Trump is the same way that both Geminis. The same way I feel about Trump, the same way I feel about Kanye West is in the sense that they are individuals who have been controlled and programmed to move in a way that still furthers the agenda, but they're still able to say things like I said. Trump in the office was a read between the lines type of guy. Kanye is more up in your face when it comes to things like that. Kanye being involved with Kim, although, and I think that was the Achilles heel, was Kanye's affection for lighter skinned women. He was able to get into a relationship literally balls deep in a relationship with the woman that he was actually genuinely, wholeheartedly attracted to, get brainwashed, used up, sucked up, all that stuff, whatever the thing, conditioning, everything like that. And then now he's in the chair between the sunken place and the stirring teapot. You know what I mean? That's where Kanye is. And I'm not saying Kanye's crazy, but being a part of that industry, being a part of that family, that is how you come out. You know what I mean? That's how you come out. Lamar, drugs, overwhelming, and whether he, like I said, the same thing with Ben, was trying to drink himself into a stupor to be done with everything that he wanted to be done with. Same thing, Lamar down at the Budding Ranch, or even if that's a controlled story. Because even for people to say, "Oh, the Kardashians have a hold over black men," that don't drop their ratings and approval ratings. People are even more interested. White women are even more intrigued. They think they can grab them a black man and Kardashian their moves and things like that. Or black women look at them and say, well, why are black men? So now we got, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It just creates and it does. And that is the intention. From the beginning, I've always said, imagine a world today where we're not discussing the Kardashians or Kanye West. I don't know who we'd be talking about. We'd surely be talking about somebody else. But who, like, what would that even be? They are, um, yeah. I'm beside Kanye West too, in the sense of I mean, because he don't say nothing. What he says and what he does is what he says and what he does. It's no in my video. Those cases, somebody be like, well, why did listen? Them people abducted abducted in plain sight. Jeffrey Dahmer. Well, he was eating the black gays, whatever, and that's a story for now. But um, Elizabeth Holmes, just white people that have done wrong against their own people. So I'm not going to sit here and make Kanye West anywhere go. He's not for black. Listen, Kanye is for Kanye, and as a Gemini, I understand that, and that's not against black people. But if you adapt a little, if black people adapted with what Kanye thought, what Kanye thinks, how Kanye acts, his ideas, period, as a whole, that we would be individually, we'd be better. Collectively, we might be able to assist each other. But like I said before, too, the things that Kanye wanted to do to just set a better stage for individual communities, period, is where they prohibited Kanye. And I think that's where he really started to get more vocal. Kanye was about self-sufficiency, creating communities and things like that. But no, we can't do that. We can't push that narrative. We can't have somebody so influential push that narrative or push that image, because then we start to lose a little control. Because then we have people dipping off to Colorado, or we have people dipping off to, you know what I'm saying, North Dakota, or you know what I'm saying, these places where there's abundance of land being bought by black people to have self-sufficient communities because Kanye told us to. No? I don't know. And none of them is going anywhere. And that's the thing. Hold on. Let me see. Baby, put your hands. Kurt Franklin is a mess. And, think for his son and all that stuff. It's just, one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. I don't know, one day Kurt Franklin woke up and he looked like Plies. I knew then something wasn't right. And then you got the son coming out saying he did all these things. Now the son is on TV, and that Kurt Franklin sitting somewhere with Plies. It's just a mess. It's all a mess. How do you make it make sense? I don't even know. I don't even know. Um, because the thing is, and that goes for Yolanda Adams too. Most of anybody, even it's just not. But and that even you go to church. Thank you so much for the rose. You go to church. You understand that there's a separation between the secular and the spiritual and the religious. You understand that. So when it comes to me worshiping my God, which I mean, you talk about the music and things like that, which was the devil's playground, right? He was the minister of music. So music by proxy is a tool of not so much of the religious, source that people want it to be. Understand? Um, if I do this thing, my association. I'm glad you like it, Starlight. Thank you so much. I want to know what's the difference. What's the difference between what's wrong with the Marjorie Harvey video? Definitely the what you call it. There's more details, but there's nothing to find on Marjorie Harvey like it was on Chrissy. So maybe that's the thing. But I think the Marjorie. Either way, I just want to know the difference because my thing is they the same. But um, there should be a separation. I should never see Kurt Franklin involved trying facelifting, doing these things to be of the world. I should never see him do anything like that. I don't want to see Yolanda Adams because she need to get a check. Now she's doing secular thing. I should never see anything like that because now, just like we did, like I said with these celebrities, getting into these relationships, and then you go like, oh, I'm so happy for them, and then they break up, and then people get into this superficial storyline of what things are when there's a whole underlying situation that people don't even realize is happening. And whatever it is, like I said, whatever timing that Kurt Franklin need to be relevant right now, from that to even his looking like fucking Plies, to his son, to the Bad Boys, to this, it's just like I just rather not. And if he's worshiping the devil, I'll say this: he ain't always worshiping the Lord. I'll tell you that. But that's just me. That's just London Kelly. But y'all be at the collective because y'all see something. Y'all might not pick up what I'm putting down, but if I could tip these glasses down, y'all might look down at it while it's there. And that's all I'm asking. Because why else? Like I said, Nicki Minaj, you at the top of your game, top rapstress, flow assist, successful, fans across the world, husband, child, son. And girl, you be out here acting like you still trying to figure out where your fucking next check is coming from, and somebody done took food literally out your pocket. Make that make sense. Because I know when I'm happy and the money is right, I don't give a shit about shit. I care about no. I don't care what you say. What you doing? If you ain't messing with my money and my stuff, I don't care. And whatever's loud ain't nobody. Lotto and Cardi B ain't never coming for Nicki Minaj's money because that's what I'm saying. That's her. That's the level of success she is. Nobody's coming for that. Why you not happy, sis? Why you can't encourage the girls? Why you can't call up Little Kim, even if y'all don't do a record together? Let's produce finding the next young rapstress. Let's do that. But even if that's not what she wants to do, which people be nice and like Steve Harvey, don't talk to him before you start shooting. Okay, I understand. It is what it is. But that's what I'm saying is fall into these superficial stories, but there's a whole underlying situation that's going on, and that's mainly industry stuff. Just like people talk about Beyonce and Kim Kardashian ain't friends. What's the reason Kim Kardashian and Beyonce can't be cool? They go to a party for Kanye West. They go to a party for Jay-Z back in the day. What's the reason Kim would be like, oh, don't bring that bitch near me because Beyonce's just so successful? Girl, Kim be out here hustling every day. She hustling, okay? Beyonce hustled quarterly. Sometimes every 3 years. Kim hustles every single day. Kim about to be a lawyer. Beyonce got a GED. Beyonce look crazy. No, don't bring Kim Kardashian near me. I can see Kim saying, I'd rather not, because there's nothing there. But I like Beyonce. But that's, like, let's break it down. Let's make it make sense. Every day Kim out here dressing. Every day Kim out here hustling for and that's whatever Beyonce was raised. I was created to make your praise glorious. I said that earlier. Beyonce created for music, and that's where she dominates. And Kim was created for industry, and that requires more work because Kim is out here every day for her cause, for the reason, for the whatever, and whatever. If people understand it, you don't have to understand it because you see it. But if you want to take time to understand, you have to see where it's coming from, or know why it is the way it is, and that's because of the Kardashian name. Sure, as far as like a relationship with God, and not a religion. Sure, that's what everybody. But who's the God? Like they said, award. I remember growing up. I remember when I was growing up and watching award shows. It was always I loved an award show. I loved the red carpet. This is this is just where I come from, and that's why I did the fashion things. Because fashion, regardless of my t-shirts, fashion has always been a huge thing. I wanted to go to fit them. I used to sketch. Like fashion has always been a part of my life. So I was watching red carpets and award shows. I was into that sort of thing, and I always wondered from being raised in the church why celebrities, the first person they would get up there and thank, from the rappers to the singers, from sucking dick, selling drugs, and getting naked, why would they thank God? Why would the God I'm sitting here so damn scared to move and shuck and jive or live my life for, and fear of damnation and judgment and a life of eternal hell, why are these millionaires living their best life, in my opinion, at the time, and living a best life up here, thanking the man I'm fucking scared of even kissing a man for? That always blew my mind until I realized that their God is not our God. And when they say God, they're not referring to the same God. Beauty ish tish, hey, welcome. All these young ladies out on their career. Um, Look, that's it goes back. It goes back into who Nicki Minaj is and what they have created her to be. If they would have allowed Nicki Minaj to come out and be like young Ma, Nicki Minaj would be the most successful woman to ever put a hand on a microphone and release albums and collab the way that she collabs, there would be nobody to be able to stop her. But because they, when we talk about putting somebody in a box, but because they have boxed her in and created her and made her to be a blueprint for what a female in rap should be, should look like, we are now dealing with somebody who's not happy with themselves because they are not functioning in the way that they want to function with. And I always take it back to, she would not have even been in Young Money if she didn't, if Lil Wayne said to her, you have to nasty this verse up, much like Biggie told Lil Kim. The guys out here don't want to hear you rapping like them. They want to hear sexy shit. That was the box. That what was the first lip went down on the box. So she went down and she said, I'll put this pussy on your sideburns. Now you conform. That was the second lip on the box. Then you got your ass done, third lip. Then you got your tits done, fourth lip. Now she in the box, and now she becomes a standard. And now she don't even recognize who the fuck she is. But she got to finish out her term. Understand? Yeah, I'm talking about celebrities and, well, you know, like award shows. But I mean all celebrities. But definitely award shows, musicians like the VMAs and the Grammys and stuff like that get up there and say, "Oh, I just want to thank God." I'd be like, "You thanking God? Like, listen, it must not be the same God I'm talking to." You said it. That's it right there. Like I said, if they would have let Nicki Minaj come out and be like a young MA, that thuggish thing, and with the hair, Nicki Minaj would be unstoppable. Unstoppable. Mad bitches. It'd probably be more lesbian. It'd be more lesbian trans things than what it is with men and all. It would be a huge. It would be a huge thing. A huge awakening for women. More empowering for women. And you know the world don't want women to be overly empowered now. You know. You know that. And I'm all for it. And I wish women would overcome and recreate, shake this shit up because it's a mess. It's all a mess because they keep trying to box people in. Haven't seen the VMAs in years. Yeah, I don't tune into no award shows. They just don't give. Because now at this point, I'm spotting the rituals. I'm spotting, and that's the thing too. Is like if I now I'm seeing this, and I think about how much, like I said, how much I watched it growing up, and not realizing that it was the same exact thing. And then they get up there and they're thanking God, but it's not. It's not the Lord Jesus Christ that we're that Christian God. It's a whole nother God who's a deity and is by you know what I'm saying, by association is a God, but it's not like, oh, let me thank this God up here, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm like, everybody's trying to confuse me with the superficial story, but there's an underlying understand. You know? Ah. And but listen, first of all, I think that video is, every time I watch that video, I be in stitches. Especially when I said, say that three times fast. That most of my videos, and you have to watch most of my videos to the end because that's where it really gets funny. Because I really let loose towards that 3 minute mark. But Mo Holly, what's up? I I yes, in my research I had seen that. So I was waiting for the recognition so I could find the right comment to make the video to. just try to do the whole TikTok thing and lead the people on and leave them wanting more. Yeah, the Illuminati, which is more of a general title, but if you take away the name the Illuminati and you just consider it to be bigger players, you know what I mean? Puppeteers in that sense, Svengalis in that sense, the people that make the decisions, put people in place, control the people to do the things. That's what it is, a business. And it, over the years, because of conspiracy theorists, the whole that running term, they put like Illuminati to it. So now, oh, if you ever hear somebody say Illuminati, they must be a conspiracy theorist. You can't trust what they're saying. But there's no denying that there's higher people at play. I don't care what you call them, but that's what I mean. That's what it is. You want to say Disney, Walt Disney, Bill Gates. Let me not say too many names. I don't want to be suspended. But you talk about power players that conducted and moved and manipulate. ABC, American Broadcast Company. American. That's a, like if you just break American Broadcast Company, like who are you to be the American Broadcast Company? Disney. It worked. Now I can't. No, I can't. Listen, you can't. No president is worth really putting all your bucket. Your what do they say? Ducks in a. You know, you can't put all your trust in no president. Wait till I do on BO. That's what's really gonna take me down. Also, too, did y'all see the video about the Beyonce thing? Come in here, eggs in a basket. Thanks, Unitize. No president is worth putting all your eggs in the basket because at some point you look like a fool. At some point with every president, you look like a fool. Um, the Beyonce video. Since we in here, it was. Let me find the picture. It was first of all the fact that I had did that. I don't even know when I had did that thing. But I looked at it. And I don't want to be 7-Eleven because I just think it's that's ritualism at its peak, and the world ain't been right since Beyonce put that album out. You do the math. Well, put that song out, put that video, that visual. So we might want to wait on the visuals because most of the visuals since that have really been dark. Um, so that's that. At least that's where I'm at with that. But the 7-Eleven video from Kali, which looks like kale, and you think you want to eat healthy, but that's a Hindu god of war and chaos, right? And ever since then, been war and chaos. So that with the crown and the dancing and everything like that, right? Listen, with the week when I seen the week, listen, I scrumped in here so bad because that's as close as it's gonna get. Besides how I tagged the video is on my page. The name of the video is the D is in the D, and yes, the devil is in the details, but also the D is in the D. The 7-Eleven Star. I thought you was in the room when I was discussing that. Let me find. I got to find the picture. Let me find the picture. It's the 7-Eleven song. I'm working my way up. I'm about to tell y'all 7-Eleven. It's full on. It's full. It's a whole ritualistic. It's the whole thing. The whole thing is a ritual. But in this ritual, that's the thing, and that's the thing too. Beyonce, um, I've said all this, but it's so weird. So I'm not the one to repeat myself. And let me just say that, and this is probably the last time I say that, because obviously I'm gonna have to, because we got some new family members up in here. Okay, our cousins then came in from outside, and we got to catch them up what was going on at the dinner table. Okay, so ritualistic, and the thing with Beyonce is she does things because she is who she is, they allow her to be in this place that she is. She can get away with things. If I ain't got nothing, I ain't got you. I don't know much about algebra. It might be simple, but girl, don't be saying wrong things because kids gonna be singing these songs and you saying the wrong thing. Algebra is not a word. Um, the other, I wish I had better call more. There's other things Beyonce's just like, okay, that's wrong, but nobody's gonna talk about it, right? So then the 7-Eleven video came out, and I'm not exactly sure what brought my attention to it. Maybe because I got eyes, but all y'all have eyes, so it's no shade. But maybe because production wise, I'm interested. Visually, I'm interested, and I'm at a point now. Like I told you, when I watch things, I'm in the background. I'm trying to see what the layout, what the setting is. Correct. So when the 7-Eleven video came out, let's just say this is this, right? That's a bad picture. Oh, there we go. You see that blow dryer? You see the blow dryer? It's the blow dryer. It's an extension, and then it's the smooth out black piece. Correct? We watched that. Y'all see that? I need everybody in agreement. Let me know so I don't move too fast and I don't move too slow. You see the blow dryer. First of all, you see her BBL in them pants. I always thought them pants was doing a bit much, especially when you look at the leg to butt ratio. But we not gonna. That's not the focus of the video. You see the blow dryer is all white, and then there's the white extension, and then there's a black piece that for the smoothing, right? Okay. So that's like it goes that way. Should I just play the video? Because I don't know if they're gonna pull up the image. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, here we go. Like I said, my internet is moving so slow. So y'all got that. It was white on black, right? White on black, right? White on black, right? Hold on, as I try to fast forward. Forgive me, my internet is slow. Spinning while my hands up. It's all ritualistic. I mean, and it's dark. It sounds dark because it is dark. Checkerboard floors. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Girl, put me in the thing. Okay, here we go, right here. Now, the blow dryer was what? White on black, right? I can't I can't zoom in no more. I have to screenshot it. I'm trying to make it plain for y'all so y'all get it. Hold on. And y'all not gonna be able to unsee it. So now let me go to my things. Hold on, here I'm coming right now. I done screenshot it. I'm coming right now. I'm gonna say it one more time. That blow jar was white on black, right? And this now we in the same scene, not the same scene, same setting, same everything, just a different scene in the same room, same everything, right? She got the same blow dryer, right? But tell me the color. Y'all tell me the colors. And this ain't even doing it right. Tell me the colors, y'all. She's able to get away with doing things. She's able to get away with putting a message in the music that the people just back to that movie Josie and the Pussycats, if you ever seen it. Brown in the Midla. She's able to get it because that is the intention. That is the goal. And while Kim is out here sucking the souls out of black men, Beyonce is putting it just like the messages and everything. She's distorting the people because this right here. Now, what do y'all think that brown thing is? Why would you switch up that white on black and then throw this brown thing in there in the middle of the video like that? And people not supposed to notice? People not supposed to discuss it. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. Let me see, because I don't want to speak, because we got the comments. You know, there's a delay. There's like a 7-second delay on here. So I just want to make sure everybody's responding. Everybody's seen it, right? Because the blow dryer was white on black, right? But now we have white on brown on black. What do y'all think that brown thing is? Especially curved like that? Do you see how... Oh, why is it it's so grainy? I need it to clear up. Do you see how it's kind of... It's not as firm and straight. It seems like it's kind of like malleable, right? Now, I don't want y'all to think I'm making nothing up. I mean, it's right here. What do y'all think that is? And if you have one, you know exactly what it is. Because, well, mine isn't this dark. I mean, mine is darker than this. In the video, full of rituals, do they slip in this penis in a blow dryer? That was once. Oh, now I gotta go back to the song. Hold on, because that's a still. Hold on now. Hold on now. Okay, here. This. Why did y'all change that? Oh, no, not here, honey. My screen is cracked. Why did it go from this? White on black, right? Oh, stop. No, go back. Go back to where you was. To this. I'm going to do a fucking side by side. Because y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I'm in here playing around. Let me just collage this up for y'all so y'all can see it side by side. One on top the other. Maybe I should do a side by side like... No, I'm doing one on top the other. I wish it was as clear. I wish it was as clear. Y'all still ain't told me which eggplant parmesan. Somebody said it. Now let me go back to let me get to the collages and I'm gonna show y'all what it is, what it looked like side by side, right? Why do we have that? This is the same video, same thing, same everything. Why do we have that and then we have that? And that's what this video was about. Simply the fact that they gave me and my coincidental, non-Karen coincidental ass the 7-Eleven video. And it just so happens, again, with the influence is what I'm saying, to use that. They didn't use this image with the real blow dryer. They used this image with the eggplant in it to again prove the fact that things will go overlooked. Let me tell y'all this. I noticed this years ago. 2000, when the song came out. 14? Seven years ago, this song came out. I noticed this, and when the song came out 7 years ago, I sent it immediately. I sent it to the Shade Room, maybe a week later, after my realizations. Shade Room responded to me and told me that it was an edit. Now, after knowing the influences in the Shade Room, of course they couldn't put no story out like that. Me sending this to, I'm surprised they didn't come get me. Honestly, I feel like I ain't been right on Instagram since then. Because I'll comment on stuff and people don't be liking nothing of my stuff on Instagram. And on TikTok, all my comments get some type of response. But that's beside the point. Shade Room told me it was an edit. Oh, that's just an edit. Completely disregarded me. Instead of, if it's an edit, why is it on the Beyonce page In the video, and it's not just in this video, if they played it on TRL today, it would have a penis in it. So that's what that video is about. And it's really an insider thing, and now y'all are inside the inside all aboard, okay? But they lie, they're biased, they are, yes, paid by the celebs, funded by TD Jakes, according to old girl. Child, and I don't have time for it, but that's the thing. So they both used to be manipulating the people. It's a whole penis. It's a penis in the. They're gonna suspend me. It's a penis in the dryer. Why, B? Why? It's not supposed to mean. I don't think it's. Well, shit, castration. Let's start with that, because obviously you had to pay. You had to cut it off. You had to, you know what I'm saying, cut it to put it in there. So now women power. All these women dancing in that thing. Women are who run the world. Girls. Now we have Kataji, Kamala. We have the Queen then died, and I just when the ball drops, because Charles ain't gonna be king long. I tell you that. We have all these things going on. You know what I'm saying? So castration, coupled with the Kardashians and all that they do that we just pointed out in the thing with the men. So maybe that's a symbolism behind it. But like I said, Beyonce is always implanting. There's always an underlying message. And as much as I like her music, I like music. I love music. Been always done something, love it. Okay, so of course I like the Christology. Hey, just I'm gonna listen to it or whatever. But I see what's going on. I know I can't say too much. But I'm not gonna show nothing else. And if they ain't got me by now, they're not gonna get me for the picture. But I mean, that's the thing. Well, I wish they would. Oh, I was showing something suggestive. What, in a Beyonce video? No, she never. She absolutely does. Every time. Black is King. All of that stuff is the message in the music. Mary J. Blige said, "We got a message in the music, and we know exactly how to use it." It's a cesspool of negativity and intention, and I mean, all of it does. It sounds, the agenda and all that stuff. Well, honey, that's what it is. It's not far fetched when it's right. If you can reach out and touch it, it's right. It's right there. They put it in the damn. Which Beyonce song are you? And TikTok had to know when I said that, or something to be like, okay, let's give his ass 7-Eleven. But how dare you think? Oh, my phone's gonna die. How dare you think? Because she can. Not because she can, but because they want her to. Because she needs to. I don't think Beyonce wakes up and is like, oh, I'm going to plan on my master thing. Beyonce's an artist. She's created to create art, right? The thing is, when you get to putting albums together and they go to the engineer, and even when you get with the writers and things like that, that's when the web begins to get woven. You know what I'm saying? And then you go out there and you deliver it. We teach you to sing a certain kind of way. These types of sounds go with this song. These types of songs bring forth this energy and intention. And because that, obviously, music is intention and energy. That's why they say it was the devil's, because he had control. He had more control over the man's preaching the word. God, apparently. And after we gonna follow that story, God had to cast him out. He cast him down. And they never said he cast him to hell. They said he cast him down. Where is down? Ain't we down? Child. Ain't we down? With the music. Music will make you feel better. Beyonce music could make you feel good. Let's say Marvin Gaye music make you feel, well, no, it may make you feel all over the place. But they make you feel good. And as opposed to somebody like you put on Adele, she'll put you in a bag. Summer Walker, put you in a bag. You know what I'm saying? That's the power of music. is nothing to be taken for lightly or for granted. Even even in the sense of power over gifts, even like comedians, you know what I'm saying? Their influence through comedy to manipulate a story, you know what I'm saying? Or encourage people, you know what I'm saying, to do things or discourage people from doing things. That, I mean, that's all intention. And also too, the distraction court jesters and things like that were there too. First created to ease the minds of the royals and all that stuff, and it's no different now. And now they know they can use that power on a public scale. Chris, I love that old girl. Who was it that said that? I think one of the housewives of New York, that black one. She said, "I've always been and grew up love Chris Rock, amazing." And for me, Chris Rock, all ever since I've known Chris Rock, he always been like this. Surprised I like everybody hates Chris, but that's not him. That's writing for the people. But she was like, "I've always loved Chris Rock, always loved his stand up and things like that." But I just recently went to a stand up of his. This is what the girl from Housewives said. I think she's from Housewives, New York. She said, "I went to a stand up set of his, and it was terrible. Good night, but love. It was terrible." She said he was so obviously pandering to the crowd that is white, like Kanye West, White Lives Matter. So obviously pandering to the crowd of white people that his jokes were lined up where he was obviously degrading and putting down the black culture, but the white people were cracking up, enjoying, eating up every letter of it. She said she left halfway through. Personally, I would have never went to a Chris Rock thing because Chris Rock been like that ever since Clear Heels for me. Even our boy Dave Chappelle. We don't have many. We don't have many good comedians, and any good ones, they get to wrapping up in a package of politics, and then repurposing what we need. You got to come to TikTok to get entertained by somebody or something, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like when it was, the Richard Pryors and the Red Davis and the, you know what I'm saying, Maz, all the, those people, you know what I'm saying, things like that. Comedians that spoke to the black experience. Like I said earlier, we don't always have to explain things to people that are not in the party. We don't always have to dumb ourselves down or make things palatable so people understand it. But if black people don't go out and buy the goddamn tickets, but that goes back into what I say too. We do things differently. Now you do a little comedy set at the community shop, the community's place, and sell a ticket for $20, $30. You're gonna sell that place out if you're trying to reach the black people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's people you're going to come to a comfortable place. They don't have to come too much out of pocket. It's not like we're trying to, you know what I'm saying, send you on world tour, whatever the case may be. But you're trying to reach your market, connect with your people. Then you do things like that. Not I need to sell out a stadium and tickets are $100 for me to talk. Because anybody can read the script. They all become actors. So now you are apparently people who just want to have the experience of a water cooler. I went to that Jamie Foxx concert and I tell you, that sort of thing. No. When black people I went to what you call it, and it was just the funniest thing. I went to see Mike. It was a Mike Epps concert. Terrible. He was awful, but everybody that he brought was hilarious. That little black girl, and then that light skin. I'm terrible with that little black girl and the light skinned guy. But they were funny. They spoke to they do the black experience. She with the my purse and my man and that sort of thing. And then the light skinned guy was talking about how cold it is in Buffalo. He's mimicking people standing out in the street. That sort of thing. The black experience. But when you get to talking down on the black experience and not, they can't. I mean, because I'm right. We right. They can't. But they don't want us to be right. They don't want us to realize that for us to be the most effective, we have to do things in a different way. Because if we do things like them, we like them. If I bark like a dog, I'm like a dog. I have to speak. And when I speak, I must speak like this so that people understand. You know? That sort of thing. But no, they want everybody walking and clucking and carrying on and ooh, and all that shit. No, 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 no. But like I've been reading in my book, I started reading this book last night, Atomic Habits. And he says humans are herd animals, willing and ready to follow the crowd, willing and ready to be given instructions and follow the masses. That's what he said. That's what the book said. I don't think he's wrong. And if they herd black people into this corral to be accustomed to acting and accepting and doing and speaking this type of way, or even accepting titles, you're ghetto, you're too proper, you know what I'm saying, you speak well, you're well kept, you're pretty to be dark, you know what I'm saying, to welcome and be desensitized to those types of behaviors, we then are now a part of that world. When I must let you be aware to the fact, like you talk to a doctor, you're not ever going to forget that the doctor is a doctor. I don't care what color the doctor is. The doctor will always let you know they're a doctor. And I need to always let you know that I am my own individual, my own human being. And me being black, because I'm black, is by God's grace and God's mercy and the power of his pinky. Understand? But I'm not to be compared to you in no type of way. Yes, we live the human experience. But if you get into a position where you got to compare the what's and the who's, and I'm not saying white people are terrible. I love white people, okay? Some great white friends, great white experiences. But that has become the American standard. The American Broadcast Company, that has become the American standard. This comparison to the white experience. And that's not it. Like when I was talking about my video I just put out today, talking about the Cardi B thing, the Nicki Minaj thing or whatever. I'm at my pizzeria, right? The pizzeria, this is the white town I live in. They white, okay? They white. I don't mind the owner of the pizzeria. He's cool. But as I'm sitting there chilling, drinking my coffee, people are looking at me like I'm strange. Now, I don't want to overanalyze or overlook, but a look can only be so long, and no look can only mean so much. You know what I mean? And in my mind, I'm like, the problem here lies between two different types of people who think I'm the problem for being here because I'm black. And I'm looking at them as because like they have the problem for having a problem with me being here because I'm black. It's two different experiences happening in the one place. That's the thing. That's something white people, when it comes to white privilege, it's that experience right there. That they walk into a place with this understanding that this is the experience that they should have. There shouldn't be a black guy in my pizzeria. I didn't know black people lived out here. It's like that. When honestly, one day I was walking to the bank, and when I tell you this dog would not stop. If it was 1960 anything, I probably would have ran for my life. That dog would not stop barking when he saw me. Understand? So that just goes to show you, your pets could be racist too. But that is the experience. That is the experience that we have as a culture. That other cultures, it's honestly like a European thing, but I think other cultures get so acclimated to appeasing the European experience that they overlook that's what I'm saying. Oh, you're pretty to be dark skinned. Oh, you speak so well. And that becomes, you know what I mean? Y'all understand. I don't have to keep bringing it around town to y'all. Y'all are smart in here. We got smart people in here. That's why we have to create our own experiences. We have to focus on our own community. and tearing each other down, whatever the black heifers is doing over on the damn social medias. It's not conducive to nothing. It's not conducive to nothing. I done got hot. I done fucked around and got hot. Who's that, Grinnell? Let me just look at this stuff for a second. No, we can't. And that's how most people have the power because they stick together. And whether they stick together, in numbers and finances, they stick together in the experience. And, sometimes we all want to, you know, that whole crab in a barrel thing or whatever, bring each other down to experience something else when we all experience the same damn thing. It's about if you were looking at it or not, but I mean the experience is the same. Want to be better. Well, I mean, we all know as the culture, we all the same. Now, upbringings, backgrounds, and things like that definitely play a part. But that's nothing like when Kanye said the thing about, he doesn't believe in the abortion or whatever. And I mean, as excuse me, I almost died. As somebody, it's not my opinion, not about what I like, but I'm pro-choice because things happen, and you always everybody has a choice, right? Because a man got a choice to not ever deal, so everybody should have a choice, right? But Kanye West, speaking to his specific experience, if at some point he found out that he was on the verge of being aborted, I think that was his experience, that might affect how he thinks about abortions and, that whole thing. And he might be pro-life. I understand that. Because he's black, I don't need him to have the same ideas as me. I don't need him to have the same perception as me and things like that. Because in the sense of respect and understanding, I have to take into consideration why he might think like that. I don't need to be behooved by his beliefs. I need to lend myself to understand it. He don't need to explain it to me, or you know what I'm saying? He don't need to explain it to me. I'd have to be open to the idea that this thing might be different, and there might be reasons why. Somebody told him you was about to be aborted, then I'm completely against aborted because I'm great. You don't know who you could be stopping being great, and I agree with that. But I'm also about the choice. But in the sense of Kanye saying, with that, we're going to, across from Planned Parenthoods, we're going to create a community system where people can come and learn. And I'm talking about, as a culture, we have experiences, backgrounds, and things like that that might lead us down a different path. If you could go to a place where somebody can teach you to read, write, and arithmetic, tap into the things and do trades and things like that, how is that not better for the community? When we talk about voting for congressmen and mayors and councilmen and things like that, these are not the things that they want to do because if politicking was in the right place, things like this would be commonplace. And they're not because they don't. And I don't know. I mean, that's just that. Heated. Got a lot of bands, got a lot of IP on me. And it don't help that the damn song be catchy, and that's the thing about the engineering. Oh girl, what's my girl going? What's she doing? I gotta bend myself on. I gotta bend myself on. I gotta cool it down. Oh, you got me heated. Oh, this guy reached out to me. I don't know if he's a real guy. I don't know what it is, but he obviously saw my Chrissy Lampkin video. I don't know if he's in the room. I don't know if he's watching. Shout out to you if you are. I will be calling you soon. He wants me to interview him. I don't want to go into the details. I don't want to overspeak it. But I'm just gonna say, somebody messaged. I woke up to messages today. Somebody wanted me to interview them. What Princess Tiana said? Almost there. Almost there. I don't know. Hopefully it is something real. And it's so funny because I was manifesting last night. And here we go. Here we are. People down here from everywhere. And I'm almost there. I'm about to get out of here. It's 10 o'clock. I've been on 2.5 hours. My phone is dying. Support the page. Support the content. Cash App. Gifts. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. No, it's not concerning Chrissy. It's concerning him. Listen, I'm just here to provide the information that I find and present it to the people in a way that's most professional. Y'all know I love an alliteration. I'm still trying to figure out where I am in these glasses. Do I look like I'm on the corner of any town that y'all? It's a beautiful day. Sun, cumulus clouds, 34 degrees. It was nice. There's definitely cumulus clouds, right? Maybe I'm in Philly. Jilly from Philly. My own, and I think it might be some shade of purple because purple just reads well, I think, on TV. I do like some grays, taupes, hushed tones, maybe with some jeweled accents. Rose gold, I do like it. I know I like the rose gold. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Not talking like I'd be like not talking like this. Cause Candy watch my shit, she'd be like, well shit, he said something about me, and then Tyler Perry watched my shit, he'd be like, damn, he said something about me. I do have a podcast. It's just as fruitful as my YouTube is, and that don't bear much fruit. I have to be more. I have to do more with that. I have to pick the days, compartmentalize, and and make those things all pop. But I'm just this has been my first year of like full content creating and walking in that direction. So a 2023, I feel like is really going to take off for me. I'm claiming that, and that's right. You out, Maze? Good night, love. Thank you for coming on in. I'll see you again sooner rather than later. Um, but yeah, I'm figuring all that stuff out. Next year, I'll probably be up on the podcast. I've really built up a very solid following. I'm really proud of that. And the fact that I didn't pay nothing. I didn't do no ads. I just put in the work, and here y'all are, and y'all know I'm so grateful. If you don't know, now you know. So grateful. Heated. Oh, oh. Hey, honey girl. Hey, kitty girl. Look at that baby got his hands all in that Subway sub. And babies they do got the quickest hands in the world. Look at him. Don't know what he grabbing. Can bite into a hot pepper. And I'm the type of parent to let him. And they just because he my kid gonna fuck around and eat it. Now I'm screwed. My friend said Michael Myers been on a rampage for 50 years. This better be the end. I agree. Cause girl, there ain't much living and killing in the world. Now when Giselle wear it, it's corny. But if Garcelle wear it, is it just as is it spring? Is it spring? I love Sutton because Sutton. You talk about Sutton is just classy and chic. A sensible pump, swing back, but fancy. I have to be a little too fancy sometimes. Mm. Oh my God! Do you remember I told Mariah Carey, huh? In the sense that she white presenting but got black affectations. Um, do you guys remember I told you about that story? I was at the bar and the girl came up to me and I was at school. We went to school and she just came and told me so many like you were so amazing and so sweet and so this and she just commented on my stat I put on Facebook. I said I be talking shit everywhere else. I'm gonna start talking shit here too. I said lots of don't nobody care and that's what oh I can't read. I said, I'll be talking shit everywhere else. I'm going to start it over here too. Shrugs. Lots of don't nobody care. And that's the one you went with coming at you like Cleopatra. I thought that was funny. And that same girl comes on my dear heart, okay? She said, that's what I always loved about you. I swear you made pre-calc so much fun. Your commentary when they returned those grades and homeworks. You always have me. You boosted my confidence and let me know that I was better than that lady's bad teaching. Tear? Several? Shout out to you. Heated. Oh, whoa. Something like it. Something like it. I remember this guy told me that he done since passed, and when I think about it, I feel like when Bernie Mac died, I just take a moment. He passed, and we used to chill. The first time we chilled, he looked at me and that's the thing. It's like I think I always lovable, yes, but it was like he's not the one to play. He's not going to play the games, and he's not smart. He's not stupid for me to just run game on him. So he was like, you're lovable. I think that was probably like the first time I heard somebody like say that to like he was looking at me and was like, you're lovable. And I was confused, and I'm just waiting for somebody to jump on me because just young and dumb and full of cum, all that dumb stuff. And he was just looking, but he was a mess. But I feel so bad that he passed. I just think about it. But I always think about that. Oh no, 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 no. Only a real one can take me. Yeah, yeah. So sweet. I guess I'm here to share it with you guys. But on that note, on that sweet, sweet note, what a time we had. You know, we got our new cousins in here. Lakeisha. Is that how you say it? Lakeisha? Lachiza? Hey, welcome. Like I said, our cousins that came in from smoking, and we've been sitting at the table eating this whole time, and now we serving up plates to them as well. Welcome to the Kelly Collective. So happy to have you here. So happy to have you here. You know, I do it all types of ways. I do all things all types of ways, and that means bringing the news to you. Sometimes I'm in a chair, sometimes I'm at the bodega, sometimes I'm in the bed. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. My phone's on its last leg, and I need to eat something. I ate something earlier, but I need to eat something again because I didn't eat nothing yesterday but some cookies and a muffin. And that's not Christ-like. So I'm probably get a little chicken. I'm sick of chicken. I don't have nothing else quick that I can put together. But that's what I'm going to do with the rest of my day. I'll probably find a nice movie or finish watching the morning show from Apple TV. And look up some things simultaneously because I'm always multitasking. I hope you guys have a fabulous Saturday, a superb, splendiferous Saturday. And I will more than likely see you Monday. But I will surely see you